to investigate driver's license issuance irregularities. On the foreign scene, North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un condemns accident at new warship launch. And in sport, Nigeria's 100 meters hurdler Toby Amushon to feature at Rabat Diamond League in Morocco. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. In recognition of his visionary leadership and substantial achievements in socio-economic growth and innovation, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has been appointed patron of the newly launched Center for African Social and Economic Transformation (CASET) at the prestigious University of the West of England, UWE Bristol. The official inauguration of the center will take place today at the university's campus in Bristol, United Kingdom. In a formal invitation to Governor Sanwo-Olu, Vice-Chancellor of UWE Bristol, Professor Stephen West, underscored the governor's transformative initiatives in Lagos State, particularly highlighting his strides in entrepreneurship and digital innovation. The university believes that Governor Sanwo-Olu's involvement will provide valuable insights and significantly enhance the center's ability to achieve meaningful and lasting impacts across African universities. Governor Sanwo-Olu's keynote presentation at the ceremony is anticipated to inspire the academic community, setting the stage for robust academic and policy-driven collaborations. His role as patron is expected to strengthen institutional relationships between Lagos State and UWE Bristol, leveraging opportunities for capacity building, impactful research, and policy interventions aligned with Lagos State's strategic growth priorities. The event also signifies UWE Bristol's ongoing commitment to international collaboration, as demonstrated by existing partnerships with Lagos State and other Nigerian universities. The Special Task Force on Land Grabbers received 4,458 petitions, out of which 403 were concluded with 139 enforcement approvals and 204 inscription approvals in the last 1 year. The task force also obtained 15 court rulings and 20 judgments in favor of the state government in the year under review. Speaking at the ongoing ministerial press briefing at Alausa, Ikeja, Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Lawal Pedro also said in the period under review, the Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency handled 624 cases of children maintenance crisis, 294 cases of children custody and access problem were resolved. According to Pedro, the virtual response and referral service handled over 80,000 cases, while Counseling and Psychotherapy Services Department has directly provided counseling and psychotherapy services to over 4,000 survivors of trauma, abuse, and other psychological challenges, and reached about 2 million people directly and over 4 million indirectly.
From institutional reform and legislative drafting to staff welfare, improve access to justice, and strengthen intelligence for all are part of the deliberate and strategic effort to reposition the justice sector as a catalyst for economic growth, social stability, and good governance. Each initiative we have undertaken, whether it's safeguarding property rights, promoting the rule of law, or advancing human rights protection, has been guided by a single objective: to deliver justice efficiently, transparently, and equitably for all residents of Lagos State.
Pedro said the state government has also approved 2 bills to be sent to the State Assembly on land administration and registration of marriages. One of the bills is to establish a lispendant pending litigation registry where all litigations on land matters will be registered to protect the public from buying or dealing in such property. The other bill is to establish a marriage and dissolution registry to register all forms of marriages in the state, as well as issue certificates. Our correspondent Adiola Akindele reports that the ministry had also prepared an amendment to the state tenancy law of 2016 to address issues of exploitative rent increase, non-payment of arrears of rent, and delays in tenancy litigation. All tertiary institutions have been directed by the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, (NELFund), to refund fees paid by students who applied and were verified before their loans were remitted to them. NELFund Managing Director Akintunde Sawyer said universities, polytechnics, and other tertiary institutions need to keep to the agreement they have with the agency to make the scheme seamless. NELFund also called on the institutions not to bar any verified student under the loan scheme from academic activities, including examinations, due to non-payment of tuition. He said compliance with the order would go a long way in addressing some of the complaints by many of the beneficiaries. Sawyer re-emphasized the importance of continued sensitization on campuses to boost students' participation in the scheme. Now to the rest of the stories. The House of Representatives has resolved to set up an ad hoc committee to investigate operational issues related to driver's license issuance, revenue generation, and usage within the last 3 years. The resolution was sequel to the adoption of a motion by Victor Ogene at the plenary. Moving the motion, Ogene said a tripartite agreement between the Federal Road Safety Corps, State Boards of Internal Revenue, and the Vehicle Inspection Office led to the digital issuance or renewal of a driver's license. He said the approval signature on a driver's license typically comes from a designated officer at the Motor Vehicle Administration Agency, MVAA, in the state where the license application originated. Ogene explained that a learner's permit for driving a vehicle was first issued at a prescribed fee by a Motor Vehicle Administration Agency, MVAA, in the relevant state before the release of a driver's license. According to him, FRSC operates a very important person center for the renewal of a driver's license, which is reportedly being used for issuing fresh driver's licenses that are not preceded with a learner's permit. Ogene said that the Joint Task Board reviewed the fees payable for a 5-year license to 21,000 naira and 15,000 naira for 3 years driver's license for a vehicle. Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has called on stakeholders in the state to support the ongoing human papillomavirus HPV vaccination to prevent infections that could cause cervical cancer in adolescent girls. The governor said a total of 321,008 adolescent girls in the state had been vaccinated. He stated this at the official launch of the Oya campaign on human papillomavirus vaccination and adolescent nutrition in Akure, the state capital. The campaign was organized by a non-governmental organization in conjunction with the Ondo State Primary Healthcare Development Agency. Aiyedatiwa stressed the need to go around the state to sensitize the people about the vaccine, calling residents to join in the campaign. Now to foreign news. North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un has condemned a serious accident during the launch of a new warship, calling it a criminal act that would not be tolerated. Kim has ordered the ship be restored before a key party meeting in June, and for those involved in designing the ship to be held responsible for the incident, which he said severely damaged the dignity and pride of the nation in an instant. Parts of the 5,000-ton destroyer's bottom were crushed, tipping the vessel off balance. Kim attributed the accident, which took place at a shipyard in the eastern port city of Chongjin, to absolute carelessness, irresponsibility, and unscientific empiricism. He said the irresponsible errors of those involved will be dealt with at a plenary meeting next month. Kim had called the warship a breakthrough in modernizing the country's naval forces and said it would be deployed early next year. Now, sports. World record holder in the women's 100 meters hurdles, Toby Amushon, will continue her 2025 outdoor season on Sunday as she lines up for the fourth leg of the Wanda Diamond League in Rabat, Morocco, having been officially listed among the event's entries. The 28-year-old was originally scheduled to compete at the World Athletics Relays in Jiangsu, China, earlier this month, but was unable to attend following the Athletics Federation of Nigeria's withdrawal. She will now make her second Diamond League appearance of the year, having previously opened her season in Xiamen, China on April 26, where she finished fourth in 12.74 seconds behind Danielle Williams of Jamaica, Grace Stark of USA, and Marion Fourie of South Africa. Amosha who was also a no-show at last week's Atlanta City Games in Georgia, where she had been officially announced to compete, featured in the second Diamond League meet in Shanghai, China on May 3 and finished fourth. And that is our news at noon. Just before we go, always stop for pedestrians at zebra crossing. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that under the Sanwo-Olu administration, 250 women trained through an empowerment workshop on intercrop of maize and cassava with demonstration plots for practical knowledge? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news are the highlights of the major stories. In recognition of his visionary leadership and substantial achievements in socio-economic growth and innovation, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has been appointed patron of the newly launched Center for African Social and Economic Transformation, CASET, at the prestigious University of the West of England, UWE Bristol. The House of Representatives has resolved to set up an ad hoc committee to investigate operational issues related to driver's license issuance, revenue generation and usage within the last 3 years. Also told you that North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un has condemned a serious accident during the launch of a new warship, calling it a criminal act that would not be tolerated. And in sport, world record holder in the women's 100 meters hurdles, Toby Amushon, will continue her 2025 outdoor season on Sunday as she lines up for the fourth leg of the Wanda Diamond League in Rabat, Morocco, having been officially listed among the event's entries. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Kayode Mafolashere. I am Dele Agadumo. Good afternoon. Thank you for listening.